All right, thank you guys for joining me for another What's Cooking with your girl Chef Keisha B. Today, you guys read the title. We're going to be making some crispy honey ginger garlic butter chicken strips. What? And we're going to be making some nice batch of sour cream biscuits to go with it. All right, are y'all ready? Let's get this party started, okay? So here we're going to start with our biscuits first. So we're going to start with 4 cups of all-purpose AP, same thing, all-purpose flour. We got 6 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 cup. If you see the 8 ounces, that equals 1 cup. We're going to use this whole thing because 8 ounces equal 1 cup. So 1 cup of sour cream. This is the butter. We're going to melt that down in our pan, and then we're going to place the biscuits on top of that. So that's for that. And then we also have 1 cup of Sprite. Okay, let's get going. So now we have our whisk. Let's go ahead and sprinkle in our baking powder. Hopefully you can see that. Let's sprinkle in our salt. Okay, and go ahead and whisk that together. Pardon my grammar. Today seems like slurring over my words a lot. Maybe I'm a bit dehydrated. Okay, so I just want to be sure that we got it all mixed. So give it a good mixing. Now we want to add in our sour cream. So we want to just put a couple of places, and then we want to mix it in, okay? That way we can have it evenly distributed all throughout the flour. Okay, let's take some more. And finish it off. Just gotta do a lot of mixing with this. Get it all mixed in. And try to clean it out. Waste not, want not. Try to get all of what's in his cup out of it. We need it. Okay? Once we get this, get all the ingredients fully incorporated into the flour, you're gonna find that the batter will be a bit sticky and lumpy, but that's fine. We're making biscuits, okay? All right, now we're gonna get our cup of Sprite. Okay, so this is how mine look, a bit lumpy. That's fine. Now take your measuring cup and pour in your Sprite. And let's just pour it over. Okay, let's get it mixed in. And now we're going to take our hands, so make sure your hands are clean. I'm going to put this to the side. Now, one thing you can do is, if it seems a bit too dry for me, I'm going to add a little bit more Sprite. That's basically what you do when it's too dry. Because sometimes the measurements can be a bit off, or you can put too much flour in your measuring cup, and that can throw off the recipe. So it seems a bit, I'm gonna put like about a half a cup of Sprite, but I'm not gonna put it all, just some of it, just so I can see. So maybe my I probably had too much in my measuring cups. Right, but I'm still going at it. So I think that was about right. So stick to the 1 cup. Depending on your should have took that off. Depending on your how you measure out your flour. Okay. Not too much kneading, but I have to get it all mixed in. It's not mixed in. Got my arm hurt. Sheesh. So Okay, so this is my dough. Got a mess going on. Okay, so this is it. Kind of lumpy, sticky. See? All right. So this is what I'm working with for the biscuits. Okay. Now, what you want to do is you want to take about 1/4 cup of flour, and you're going to sprinkle it on your surface. But okay, so what you want to do now is preheat your oven for 425. Now, sprinkle out your flour, not all of it, because sometimes it'll be too much. So that was 1/4 cup, but not all of it. So we sprinkle it out. If you don't have a board like this, just use the counters. Make sure it's clean. That's it, and that's all. You're gonna take your dough, turn it out. I had biscuit cutters and stuff ready, but I'm not gonna use the biscuit cutters, okay? So I wanna make this easy. I feel like I wanna use my rolling pin. Not, because I want you to see that you don't need all that, you know? So put a little of this on your hands. If it sticks to you, put flour on your hands, okay? All right, turn it over. All right, so you see what I'm doing? We don't want them too thick where they'll be tasting all super dry, but shoot, a little butter, a little honey, those biscuits ain't gonna be tasting dry once you get them nice and soaking wet. Get them wet up, they'll work. Okay, so get your biscuits flattened out like so. Okay, so I'm gonna take a little bit of flour on my hand. Oh, he's making a mess. Okay, now, this is where you want to melt your butter. Melt it in a microwave, however you want to. I'm going to put mine on the stove, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so you want to use your, some of them say 9x13. This one says 13x9. Same thing. So you want to use your 9x13, 13x9, same thing pan. I melted my butter down, and you need to use real butter. That's the key. That's what helps the flavor. The real butter. People think it's not necessary, but it is. Flavor. All right, pour it in the pan. Oven should be on 425. Okay, get your butter all around the pan. Be careful not to pour it out. Okay, so my butter is in the pan. Now we can cut these guys. So, cut them however you want. You just gotta fit them in that pan. Hopefully that can fit my pan. Okay, so place it in. There's no way to place it, just put it in. Mines are in the pan. You can see that. Now I'm gonna place them in the oven, okay? So baking time, 12 and 15 minutes. I always start with the 15. I don't know if you can see that, but anywho, 15 start. So this is for our chicken portion of the recipe. So I have my chicken tenderloins. They are already cut. I got this for like $4.77, so it's not that expensive. They kind of thick. Okay, then I have my 1 egg. I have my half cup of milk. I have my chicken broth. I use Better Than Bouillon, so I had just went ahead and put like 1/2 cup of hot water and a real healthy teaspoon of the Better Than Bouillon chicken. Okay, that's what I use. Then I have my 1 1/4 cup of garlic salt. Y'all know my favorite, Lawry's. Then I have my 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. And then I also have my 1/4 teaspoon of ginger. No, I'm sorry, this is not ginger. That's for the next recipe, I'm sorry. This is my garlic powder. So 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder and 3/4 cup of flour. Okay, so let's get this thing started. And this is our batter portion. Okay. Okay, so I took care of my chicken, got them all cleaned up. If there were big ones, I kind of sliced them down the middle. So let's go ahead and get this, get our batter going, okay? So go ahead and sprinkle in your garlic salt, your pepper, your garlic powder. Let's get these guys whisked in first. Let's whisk it up. Okay. Now, go ahead and pour your milk. Okay. Go ahead and drop your egg. And if you're using better than bouillon, go ahead and give it a stir. Otherwise, you need your 1/2 cup of chicken broth. So you're better than bouillon. That's in there. Okay? Let's get a whisk. I don't know why I'm not saying that properly, but okay, guys, don't mind me. Okay, so getting it all mixed in. See what we're working with? Get it all mixed in. And check your biscuits. Ooh, they're doing lovely, smelling good and buttery. Okay, let's get it. Put some muscle in it. I have strong arms, I have veins, I have strong hands. Okay, let me give it another little one. All right. So that's your batter portion of for our crispiness of our chicken. So let's just put that aside, okay? Okay, so now for the breaded part. This is the dry portion of the chicken batter, okay? So we got 1 1/2 cup of flour. You have your salt, 1 teaspoon. Go ahead and pour that in. You have your ginger, 1 teaspoon. Go ahead and pour that in. You have your garlic powder. Go ahead and pour that in, 1 teaspoon. Can you see me? Yeah. And then I have my 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. Let's get it all mixed in. So you should smell ginger in it. Just remember, this is your honey ginger garlic butter chicken. Ooh, I know y'all be catching me messing up in my videos, but I'm only human. Okay, so everything is mixed in. Hey, don't leave nothing behind for that. We need all that. Shoot, what? I do come back and put it in. All right. Okay, you need 4 to 6 cups of oil in your frying pan. This is what I did here. You don't really need to do that. You know what you need to do. Just make sure you dry your chicken off. Let the excess oil drip off your chicken. But I'm gonna place mine on here. It's saying the biscuits is ready, but I just checked them. I want them to get a little bit more browner. So eyeball your last. If you go over your 15 minutes, just if it's not browned enough, let them brown just a bit more. Okay. So anyway, make sure you have something to drain your chicken off on. Heat your oil up. So my oil is heating up. Depending on your pan, 4 to 6 cups of oil, depending on your pan size. If you want to use less oil, use a smaller pan. Makes sense, right? Okay, I don't really want to start dipping anything until I make sure that my oil is hot enough, because I don't want to have to just be laying them down. So get your oil nice and hot before we do our next step. Okay, so now we're ready to make, while we're waiting for our oil to get hot, we're going to go ahead and make our honey ginger glaze. But I just pulled the biscuits out. Let me show you how they look. So Here's the biscuits, guys. Okay, they came out fabulous. Try to put them in the light. Okay, so we're gonna put these to the side. Okay, we're done with that. Okay, so what you need to do now, 1 stick of butter or 1/2 cup real butter. Find you a pot, put it in. If you want to, you can do this in a microwave, but it'll probably be a bit, it's not gonna be hard, but it's up to you. You just gotta know what I'm doing. Repeat what I'm doing, but do it in a microwave, I guess. Okay, so melt down the butter, then add the water. These guys, I'm gonna eyeball this. I don't have any measurements for this, so I have to taste it, and I'm gonna go as I, make it together or make it right on the spot. So go ahead and melt down your butter, and then you're gonna add your water, which is 1/4 cup of water. Okay, so my oil is hot. You have to learn to multitask. So leave the butter situation alone. Stop what you're doing, because that's nothing but the sauce. We don't care about that. Oil is hot, so let's start doing our chicken. Okay. So take your chicken, dip it in the dry. Now take your chicken, dip it in the wet. It's pretty thick. Ooh. Now we're gonna take the chicken and dip it back in the dry. Sorry about that, I'm tossing hard. Okay? Should have used one hand for one thing, one hand for the other thing. Alright. So let's go ahead and put that in the oil. And repeat the process. In the dry. Into the wet. But see, let me tell you how you get those little crispy ridges. It be coming from like when you get all this off your hand and then it gets on the chicken. That's how you get all that crispiness. You'll see when I'm done. So it's okay to put that back in there. All right. I think we're gonna put about one more in there. I like them to have some space, room. I think we have 8, so I might just do 4 and 4. Okay. Okay, so I have 8. I'm gonna do one more small one. I gotta adjust my fire because mine are cooking quick. Okay. Let's get that off your hands. Don't forget the butter, the sauce, we're on hold for that. Working on our chicken. We'll go back to that. Okay, hold on. Okay, so the chicken is frying now. I'm getting ready to turn the brown ones over, okay? Okay, so while those guys are doing their thing, let's get back to our butter sauce, okay? Okay, I took it off the fire. I'm trying to figure out how I can show you. Okay, go ahead and take your water and pour it inside the butter. Okay? Now we have our honey, okay? I'm going to start my honey off with, just say 2/3 cup of honey for right now. God, I should have pre-opened this damn thing. I don't know how, excuse my French. I don't even know how to get this thing open. Help me. Oh, I got to get off the camera because I can't get it open. Okay, we got to put our honey to the side again. And our chicken is cooking pretty fast. So, this one is pretty golden brown. Okay, so you want to cook them for at least 4 minutes or until golden brown. That's golden brown. Look at that. Okay. All right. Do not eat raw chicken. You have to make sure your food is cooked thoroughly or you could die from eating raw chicken. So you don't want that. So while these two guys is getting a little browner because I had put them in last, I want to go ahead and dip in 2 more. So let's get back to this. Okay, you got me? You watching me? All right. So let's go back into our flour. Go back in here. Okay. Gotta move a little quickly now. Alright. Let's go ahead and toss this in. I have another. Oh, I made a mistake, but it's okay. You can make mistakes. It's okay. Mistakes is okay. Alright. So I just doubled it. Right? Look. Yeah, it could be messy too. Y'all know me. Alright, throw this guy in. Now you're going to have to use your left hand to get these chickens out. With your right hand. So, girl, I'm using all my lambs, honey. Take those guys out. Okay, so let's get back to it. So, chicken in there. Put it back in here. Okay. Do not keep this, do not keep the batter. You should be able to make, this is 8. You should at least be able to make out of this 8, at least 12. I don't have 12, so I made 8. So if you made 12, you will probably use just about all your batter up. I had turned my fire down while they were cooking. Now I'm going to turn them back up because now I have fresh ones in there. So they need a lot of heat to get started. Okay? That fire needs to be high. And then once they start cooking, that's when you start going back to adjust. Okay? So, yeah. At this point, you're definitely going to need some wet because this batter is really tight. I mean, this flour. So remember, that's what makes that little crispy look to it. So you want it, it's okay for it to be that way. See? Alright. And that's it. With that, okay? Okay guys, so let's get back to our sauce. So we're going to use 2 of these with the honey. Alright? This is one. Put it in your pot with your butter and your water. Okay, and let's do one more. Alright. In your pot with your butter and your water. leave any behind. We need it all. Get it all. Okay, so we already have our butter, our honey, and our water in our pot, right? So now we're gonna take 1 teaspoon of our garlic, our lard. All right, that's in there. Okay, I found this, I don't know where, but it's McCormick. It's lemon, ginger, and it has a little sweet taste to it. Let me see if I can get it in there right. I taste it. It has a little sweet to it. So I think this would be cool to use this. That can't fit, so that's okay. Let's use a 1/2 teaspoon. Okay, that can't fit either. Wait a minute. Do like this. Stop it. I'm taping. Okay, my dog. Y'all know I have dogs, so they smell the chicken and they acting up. Okay. Look, put some on the top. Seriously. I don't have time for this. Alright. Too much work. Too much work. Alright, pour that in. If you can find that. If you can't find that, then leave it out. And then let's use 1/2 teaspoon of your ginger. Okay. So I know it's a bit messy. I don't want to put nothing away because I still might need it. So now, and that has a little lemon flavor, so you can squirt a little lemon in it. So now I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to get it mixed in. Okay? Mine tastes fine. I want to put a little more ginger because I want to taste the flavor, but if you put too much ginger, it can be overbearing and become like really spicy. So I'm going to go back in with 1/4 teaspoon of ginger, just a little more, and I'm done with that. Okay? I am done. Oh man, my little finger's burning. Okay, and I still taste the sweet. So, and I want it to be sweet, but I also want to taste a little bit of the garlic sauce. I'm gonna go back in with 1/4 of this, and I guess I'll do 1/4 of this as well. Remember, you don't have to use this. Just squeeze in a little lemon juice, but you have to taste your food because what I like, you may not like. Okay? So don't be afraid to taste your food and say, you know what? I want mine a little bit more of that. Or I want a little bit more of that. And that's perfectly okay. Alright? Because I'm kind of making it for my palate. But don't be afraid to add a little, take a little. Okay? As long as you use the same ingredients. You can take some out and you can add some in. Alright? So I'm over here and I'm stirring it up. You can't see. I'll let you see our last batch of chicken, because now I'm making the sauces on low and I'm frying the chicken up at the same time, the last batch. Okay? And they're about ready to come out. Okay? So, last batch of chicken. Nice and crispy and golden brown. Okay? So I think I'm going to go ahead and pull them out. See there? Look at our chicken. Alright. So go ahead and take these sides out. Turn the fire off. Starting to look at some of these like I could have cut them, but I thought I did. I didn't know they was that thick. Sorry guys, you're definitely gonna hear the dogs. When they smell food, they're waiting for their plate. This is so funny. They do it every day. When I'm not on the camera, this is what they do. When I'm not filming, rather. Okay, so the fire is off. We have our chicken. All right, so we got our chicken going. Nice golden chicken. Okay, now let's get back to our sauce. Okay, so back to the garlic honey butter glaze. So what I'm doing now is I'm bringing everything to a boil, and I'm going to just let it thicken up just a little bit. We don't want it super thick, but we want to thicken it up, and it will thicken up. You just got to give it some time, okay? So let's work on our sauce. Let's go for 10 minutes, and then we'll see what's next. All right. So turn the fire down because you don't want it to come all out the pot or whatever. But let's put the timer on for 10 minutes, okay? To thicken it up. Alrighty. Okay, so there's my timer for my 10 minutes. It was only supposed to simmer for 10 minutes. Okay, so let's stir it up. See? It's not supposed to be like stiff like honey. It's wet. Alright. So that's good. Alright. So I guess I'm going to do something else. Hold on. Okay, so I have some melted butter here, and I'm just gonna brush it on top of the biscuits. Right. Go ahead and brush it all on. On the sides, okay? So I'll let you take a look at it, all the butter on it. Okay, my Lord, don't that look delicious? Okay, so let me stop playing. Let me get this thing plated up, all right? Okay, well, that's what's cooking with your girl, Chef Keisha B. So you're gonna go ahead and put that there. And here's our sauce. Let me stir it up a little bit. Okay. Now that's what's cooking with your girl, Chef Keisha B. Whoo, she not playing. Alright, so all that is the butter and the honey and the ginger and the lemon. It's your chicken, your fresh baked biscuits. Okay. Look at the butter deep in there and the grooves. And the chicken. Okay. Now, this is more of a dipping. So, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna dip, okay? You can't see me, but oh, you want me to try it? Shh, you ain't saying nothing but a word. So let's go here. Chicken. Can you see me dipping? You know, y'all know this is hot, so I'm not about to just put my mouth on it like that. Oh my God. Oh, I want to cuss. It's crazy good. Oh my Lord. I'm a double dip because this will be my sauce. All right. But oh my God. Crazy good. Oh my Lord. Help me. Okay. I'll try the biscuits too. So look at this biscuit. All right. You also want to dip your biscuit into the sauce too. All right. Look. Oh my God, I can taste the ginger. Everything's just, you see my nose, man, my sinus get to acting all crazy, so hot in here. But oh my God, So good. The biscuit is like the right texture. It's not too soft. It's not too thick. It's just right. Look at that. All right. So thank you for joining your girl, Chef Keisha B, for another What's Cooking with me. And I'm gone.